Okay, this is me having some more fun in the weekly pack. I think this weekly pack is great. It's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of different things you can do, and there's a lot of ways to win. Much better than the last one. I don't know if these are actually just like complete RNG or not, or if the devs have actually like thought about these packs and are trying to implement a whole bunch of different synergies. But this one, it has a whole bunch of different ways to win, as I already said, and probably just did not need to repeat myself. But this start is actually, it's kind of a weird start. Managed to get 3 ducks and 3 cockroaches to get a couple of early tier 3s. Cockroach, I mean, it's not a great start, especially a 1-4 at the start is not exactly good stats. 2-4 is not too bad, but it takes a turn before that happens. Got to watch all the animations, and then got early wasp, which is not great with duck, but then I get early dog, so that kind of just saves me. And it always works out when you get the level 2 dog, you can buy 4 things from the shop, and a lot of them will have the duck buffs. So overall, a pretty solid stat line. And because I took wasp, decided to freeze the croissant wasp for that extra attack is not too bad. But the problem is, I don't think wasp is very good in general, and it's especially not good if you can't get it to level 2. Like if you can get it to level 2, it's okay, but if it's just stuck at level 1, it's kind of a garbage unit. Anyway, since I knew I was going to be going with Mantis, I decided to take Flamingo. There's no pill in this pack, which means that Flamingo is severely nerfed. It's normally such like a amazing unit, probably like S tier to be honest. I think it's by far the best tier 2. And overall just like a pretty much always take on turns 3 and 4. But because there's no pill, suddenly it's not super amazing. It's just like a good tempo option that you want to sell in like turn 5 or something. But the flamingo problem, or the mantis solves that problem because suddenly you can actually pill the flamingo, and it's for free, and that's pretty cool. So I got 3 woodpeckers in one roll, kind of an interesting shop. So I just decided to take it. Missed out on some dog buffs, but got early whale. So interestingly enough, you can go with the whale flamingo, and then you can still go with the mantis in front, and you get the flamingo buffs plus when it dies on the next turn. You also, from the mantis, you still get the buffs. So yeah, it kind of works out like fairly well. Go ahead and sell Tamarin, get +1/+2 for this dog, or not for this dog, for this whale. And then pineapple on the woodpecker is pretty good. Decided not to take the flamingo. I could try to level it up, but next turn I'm going to be rolling for mantis and just hoping for the best. So this woodpecker with pineapple should be good enough to kind of win these early games, or kind of the mid game, I guess. It's a pretty strong option that I would recommend going for. But then you probably also want to pivot off of it eventually. I mean, you could keep it until the late game and then it starts like popping melon. So it's not the worst unit, but certainly there are better things as well. Alright, so just decide to sell wasp. So it was a 9-4, which isn't terrible, but I think I need all these things on the team. The woodpecker, I guess, has a little bit of like anti-synergy with the mantis, because I can't really put the mantis in the front, which is usually where I just put it. But you can't go. Okay, voice just decided to give out on me. That's great. You can go with the mantis in the back, and then like the flamingo is gonna miss out on a stat if I do that, which is, I guess, spoiler alert. What I do is go with the flamingo in the second to last spot, because there's the mantis. And I was thinking, do I just pivot off of woodpecker? No, I think I'll take mantis in the back. And if I wanted to, since the stats are so uneven, you can go with like honey in the back as well. I decided to garlic the dog, and then I also decided to sell the whale because I don't want it to swallow the woodpecker. That would not be very helpful. Armadillo is an also interesting one. Like, there's quite a few things in this pack that are actually pretty good to just sacrifice to the mantis. Armadillo would give +4 health to everything, and you can see that team actually had a very similar strat. They had a mantis in the back with honey. And I have something set up for next turn as well, so I get +2/+2 and then +1/+1, so it's actually like 50% more efficient with the flamingo. It does mean that you can't sell whatever you get, so you technically are losing out on 1 gold a turn. I don't think Mantis is that good. Like, I hate to talk down about the strat that I'm using right now, but it's a pretty mid-tier unit, if not like a C-tier unit. I guess it depends on what you consider mid. Like, if you call something mid, it's usually like C tier. But in reality, like, middle is usually like B tier. I don't really know. But yeah, it's not a great scaler. I don't think it's actually worth it. And unless if you like super high roll. just instant like level 2 Mantis, and you have maybe a pack set up for it specifically, then it can kind of work out. But there we go. There's level 2 Mantis, and got early Mammoth. Like, this pack really is just specifically built for Mantis. It's kind of crazy. There's so many good tier 6s as well. There's Tapir, there's Mammoth, there's Walrus. That's 3 out of the 10 options. I'm pretty sure that's like all the tier 6s with feint abilities. It's kind of crazy. And there's Fly. So even if you don't go with something with a feint ability, you can still go Fly, and you'll get a Fly out of it, which you can sell. Unfortunately, lose this turn. So what goes well with the Mantis? Well, if you look at that team, they had a Spinosaurus, and there's also another unit, Shark, that has a pretty cool ability that whenever something faints, you gain +2/+2. So all in all, if you go with Mantis, Spinosaurus, and Shark, all at level 1, you're gaining +7/+6 a turn, and that's at level 1. So you can imagine how good it would be at level 3. The Walrus in the back gives Peanut. That's like a guaranteed draw at least. And I was really hoping this would not hit the cow, and it doesn't. Perfect. Actually got a little bit lucky. I think that's probably the best unit that it could hit. Certainly not bad, but, you know, I can't put Spinosaurus in the back here, so I decided to transition to a front Mantis. But this also means that the Woodpecker is going to hit my own team, but luckily it doesn't actually kill anything. They could have their own Woodpecker, in which case then the Walrus would die, but that's not like the end of the world or anything. And then I got Melon Armor, which is perfect for my biggest unit. And now it's getting +6/+6 a turn, so this scaling is actually kind of crazy. And then I realized, wait a second, the melon just gets popped by my own Woodpecker. What was I thinking? And that was not a good move. But luckily, it was just in battle, so it actually doesn't, it's still there. But then, of course, the Walrus just overrides the melon. So I don't know how I feel about this. Is that good? Is that bad? I mean, it's guaranteed to trade at the front now, but it was pretty much guaranteed to trade anyway, unless, I guess, like, they could have a Woodpecker or something to pop melon. So maybe it is slightly better. I mean, what would the downside be? I guess snipers, like, if they had, like, a 50/50 level 3 leopard with a tiger behind it or something, and it dies to that, I mean, that seems like a very rare situation. I don't even know if leopard's in this pack. But we got the Spinosaurus, and this dog now has Peanut on it as well. Just everything has peanuts. Another Walrus, so I don't think the Walrus can actually hit a unit that already has Peanut, which means that's a great news. So that means it doesn't get wasted. Mammoth is pretty much the perfect thing to sacrifice. Just +8/+8 is kind of crazy for stats. Decided to take a pizza. Not really a ton that I'm rolling for. I think like the biggest improvement would probably be melon on shark and melon on dog. But that's pretty much it. I guess, like, okay, I could also roll for chocolate. There's actually quite a few things. So, I don't know. Buying pizza, maybe a sketchy job there. But I also lose that one. They had a pretty similar team, and unfortunately, just like the peanut on the eagle in the back is a very strong strat to just win those rounds, because you're going to trade, and then the spawn will kind of guarantee you that win. Alright, there's level 2 Spinosaurus, and you can see there's the tapir. So the Mantis is going to kill the tapir, which will summon a random copy of something that I already have on the team. And as long as it's not a Mantis, it will be helpful, which is perfect. And that's just for free. So, I mean, that's like an actual good advantage to get from this Mantis. Which, I mean, like all the past turns, I've gotten pretty lucky. I've gotten some mammoths, like flamingos. Just overall, just a lot of stats from this Mantis sacrificing. I wonder how it actually feels about this. Does it know that it's killing things on its own team? Like, right now, it's kind of looking in front, so it's killing something from behind. Like, does it even know what it's doing? It might be committing this, like, homicide without knowing. If I put it in the back, like, when it was in the back, it had to look at what it was killing, so, I mean, clearly it's pretty guilty. And, I mean, I don't know. It's, I wouldn't want to be friends with this Mantis. 2 health, is that going to be a problem? No, because I punched through melon. And the 50/50 shark is just, it's carrying me. Like, we're getting +2/+2 a turn, then we're getting +4/+6, and then we're also getting +6/+6, but not anymore because it's already at 50/50. And there is a level 3 Spinosaurus. Level 3 Mantis, level 3 Spinosaurus. That's some crazy RNG. And then here I was deliberating whether I should just take a sheep for something to sacrifice to gain 1 gold back next turn, or if I should go with the walrus. And I said the walrus is more fun. It did die, and then I think the peanut just actually went to the Spinosaurus that already had peanut. So I guess that wasn't great. But if I go with sheep, I'm pretty sure that the... Well, actually, I don't know. Can the sheep or ram that gets summoned be buffed by the Spinosaurus? Because that would kind of suck. But there's level 2 shark as well, so that's pretty nice. Go ahead and freeze the anteater, because, I mean, I could alternatively take a hedgehog. Now, there's an idea. What if we sacrifice a hedgehog? Just get rid of all of my melons. Everything takes 2 damage. It's genius. And then this last team looks like they've got a really strong woodpecker, so it does kill my anteater, which means I lose out on like a couple of Spinosaurus things. But there we go. Managed to win that team. Just a really fun team. I mean, Mantis is a lot of fun, even if it's not very good, and this pack is just made for it. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.